Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dino Lawley. Today we're coming to you from Martin Nature Park right here in Oklahoma City.
If you're looking for a great place to take a hike or just see Oklahoma wildlife in its natural habitat, this is the place to do it.
But if gardening is more your style, well, guess what? We have you covered there too as well. Julie Chen takes us to the Linneaus Teaching Garden in Tulsa.
Being a fish.
It's an exciting afternoon for Mason and his Meemaw.
So we decided to just come out and show him the fish, which he loves fish. And the volunteer was so nice to give us some fish food and let him feed them. And they were just jumping up. He loved that.
Mason, like so many, is discovering the Linneaus Teaching Garden for the first time. Tucked in the corner of Woodward Park, this garden is unlike any in the state.
It is a dream garden. It is that place that you come to and you can't hardly believe your eyes on how beautiful it is.
This Tulsa gem has blossomed in the past 8 years, and everything here is donated.
Everything. The wall that we're standing next to here, the new arches in the garden, the water feature. As I laughingly said a minute ago, even the koi in that beautiful pond were donated. So there's a story in every plant, in every fixture, in every item in this miracle garden. There's somebody's name and their story attached to it.
You can come to Linnaeus to reflect, read a book, or run around with the kids, but the garden's true intent is to teach.
Not only teach them the practical aspects of horticulture, but also the design aspects of it. So it's literally a classroom. It just happens to be outdoors, and the subject matter is the environment and plants, but it's a classroom.
The teaching garden's named after this guy, Carl Linnaeus, also known as the father of botany. And in his hand right here, you'll find the Oklahoma state wildflower. It's the gaillardia, or the Indian blanket.
He was an incredible man, lived in the 1700s, and he never met a plant he didn't like.
And thousands of plants have taken root here. They're cared for by a special group of volunteers who go through a rigorous 12-week training session. They donate their time and talent each week.
The volunteer sees you in the garden, they'll come up and speak to you and tell you how glad we are to have you here, and can we answer any of your questions about gardening? Would you like a personal tour of the garden? That's just how we work.
From cabbage to composting, hardscaping to landscaping, they cover a lot of ground in this corner of the earth.
There's an herb garden that just knocks people's socks off. You can touch and taste and smell your way through the 40 or 50 kinds of culinary and medicinal herbs. There's a water garden here that's just gorgeous, that's teeming with big old colorful koi. There's annuals, there's perennials, there's all kind of cutting-edge shrubs in the industry that are coming in from California and Oregon to say, try them at Linnaeus, and maybe the local gardeners will pick up on it and have a great new plant.
Whether it's your first trip or your 40th, it's virtually impossible to leave the Linnaeus Teaching Garden without it planting a few new seeds.
I learn something new every time I come.
I'll show you. Look. Tadpoles.
Tadpoles.
Yeah, they're fish. See?
In Tulsa, I'm Julie Chen for Discover Oklahoma.
Well, they just freeze like they're holding their tails.
Whatever your pleasure when it comes to getting outside in Oklahoma, we've got you covered there too. Log on to our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures to get your copy of the Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. We'll put one in the mail just for you.
Early summer is the perfect time to explore the 144 acres of Martin Nature Park here in Oklahoma City. But if you're into shopping, how about we head northwest? Tina McGarry takes us to Main Street in Woodward.
There's something about small town charm that draws people to my hometown.
You're not going to find friendlier people than Woodward, Oklahoma.
Friendly people and quaint shops line Main Street Woodward. Behind the pretty storefronts,
I do all kinds of gifts, home decor, so just a little bit of everything. A lot of creative stuff that I've custom made for people.
You'll find a fun mix of everything from clothes and accessories inside Peggy's Fine Apparel.
A lot of times they just want something different. They don't want to walk into a department store. They want to come see something a little trendy.
Trendy to unique and one of a kind, the Pink Orchid boasts a collection of handmade decor, beautiful home accents, lotions, and candles. The eclectic boutique has caught the eye of shoppers around the region. It's a destination for folks from Texas and Kansas, and of course, across the Sooner State.
We get customers from all around, and then Oklahoma City and Tulsa, they come over and shop too, so everywhere.
Many of the businesses along Main Street have been around for decades, but there's new growth too, part of a revitalization project.
Ours is newly renovated, and it's a project that we've worked on for many, many years.
Daisies and Dragonflies is one of the newer shops, a baby boutique with clothes, lotions, toys, and accessories. Owner Cassidy Keith says business is booming.
Young girls like fashion. That's how it is. They don't want to carry an original diaper bag with Winnie the Pooh. They want fashion. So we have gone and we have found a Penelope Pickle Bottom. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful diaper bag. Probably one of the best.
And with her business still in its infancy, she's working hard to grow it by attracting new customers.
And we try to find unique things. I'm on the internet all the time trying to find, Teresa and I will go to market twice a year and we'll find new products.
Main Street offers small town charm, shopping with personality.
Woodward is wonderful to us, so we've done very well.
In my hometown, Woodward, I'm Tina McGarry for Discover Oklahoma.
It's easy to find out all about Woodward and other spots in northwestern Oklahoma. Just visit travelok.com and type Woodward into the search bar. Early summer also means time to talk picnic food.
And we may just have found the most popular fried chicken in the state.
One of the things that we really want here is for people to feel at home, feel comfortable, and get great service.
Where you can find down-home food and all the fixings coming up.
Plus a beautiful bed and breakfast with a murder mystery theme. Find out how guests can help solve the crime. It's all ahead right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Every night, sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and when we belong to his hand. So when we say, yeah, we're only saying you're doing fine. Oklahoma,
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. If you pay a visit here to Martin Park in Oklahoma City, you'll be surrounded by 144 acres of Oklahoma in its natural state.
And when you head to our next spot, though, you're going to be surrounded by more home cooking that you could ever dream about. Let's head over to Florences Restaurant on 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. This is Florence Jones Kemp. She opened the restaurant that bears her name in 1952. 1952! I asked what's been the secret to her success.
Good food. Good food and hard work. Didn't get to go to college, so I just figured that I would probably start my own business.
And what a business it is. Florences Restaurant not only has the tradition of serving first-rate food made from scratch, but it also takes tremendous pride in its history. Florence's daughter, Victoria, who now owns the restaurant, explains.
You know, there's a blurb that we put on everything when we tell our story about the restaurant, and it says that that the recipes that we serve here are actually the recipes that she grew up eating on the farm in Boley, Oklahoma, which is where she was born, and that we've stayed true to that throughout the 60 years.
And during those years, they've learned what works, how to serve food properly, keep everything fresh, and keep the customers coming back again and again. Food prepared by hands trained by years of repetition and tried and true recipes.
Even though we're classified as a soul food restaurant, that's not really what we are. We're more of a country, southern cooking recipe, and all of our vegetables, everything that we serve is fresh. Nothing comes from a can. If you order a chicken fried steak at Florence's, somebody drops it in the egg batter and drops it in the seasoning and then drops it in the skillet. Nothing is prefab here. And I think that is really the secret.
Whether it's the enormously popular fried chicken, the scrumptious pot roast, the tasty spaghetti, the amazing desserts, Victoria says they want the people who come to the restaurant to be reminded of eating at their mother or grandmother's house, and
we hope they feel full. And I really hope that they feel like one of the things that we really want here is for people to feel at home, feel comfortable, and get great service. And that is the other thing. As good as I hope that the food tastes, I hope that they walk out and think that the service was amazing.
Also amazing is the transformation of 23rd Street where Florences Restaurant is located.
I see the change coming. I'm excited about it, really am excited. We're really trying to get ready for the change. I really do believe, as I think largely should happen, that everybody is going to have to do something with their property. And we're getting ready. We're talking to an architect, and we're trying to take Florence, it's really our goal to take Florences to the next level. You know, I always tell my mother that she built this business on her back. So she had all the recipes. If she didn't come to work couldn't open. Luckily, she had a stellar work ethic.
And that goes back to how Florence built this successful restaurant through good food and hard work. And that's always a recipe for success. You can find out more about Florences on our website, travelok.com. Just click on the Discover Oklahoma section.
Over the years, we've had the opportunity to take you to lots of really great Oklahoma bed and breakfast inns.
But there are a few like this next one.
The house adds to the murder mystery too. You know, it has that, it is dark and kind of spooky.
The B&B recognized nationwide as a great date night location coming up when Discover Oklahoma continues.
When the wind comes sweeping down the plain and the waving wheat
Can sure smell sweet.
when the wind comes right behind the rain. We know we belong to the land and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, I we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma out here at Martin Park in Oklahoma City. All kinds of families here to take a hike or enjoy watching nature.
But if you know a couple who's looking for a great date night destination, you might want to tell them to check out Guthrie's Stone Lion Inn, and Quinn Tran shows us why.
Learn more about a community by staying at a bed and breakfast. In historic Guthrie, this is the place, the Stone Lion Inn at 10th and West Warner.
It's like having your own concierge. That's what a hostess does in a bed and breakfast. She makes her guests very comfortable and tells them the best places to eat and where to enjoy something or where to get a cup of coffee.
Becky Luker owns the Stone Lion Inn.
This room is the front room, and it was sort of a library. If you notice, all of the wood in this room is oak. It's a golden oak.
She was a high school teacher from New Mexico.
No. Some of the furnishings came with me from Santa Fe, actually.
Becky moved to Oklahoma in the mid-1980s to start a new life with her two sons. She found this historic mansion built in 1907 and saw its potential as the first bed and breakfast in Oklahoma.
The potential was that it had a lot of bedrooms. The house was built by the gentleman who was here building the Carnegie Library. So structurally, it's in very, very fine shape. It was in wonderful shape. I just kind of fell in love with it. And it just had so much charm to it. And I thought I could do something with this house.
She restored the 8,000 square foot home, adding bathrooms, a total now of 8. Each of the 6-bedroom suites has its own Victorian charm, from traditional elegance to a more playful, painted theme. Some of the furnishings in the Stone Lion Inn are older than the house itself.
The church here in Guthrie had this piano, and it just didn't serve their purpose, so they sold it to me, and they gave me a very good deal on it.
This square grand piano dates back to 1863. The piano has changed hands several times, all recorded inside its panel.
Everybody puts their name on who have owned it before and how much it was sold for.
Where's your name?
I don't think I've ever added it.
Well, you need to add it to the panel.
I don't think I've ever put it on there.
Along with antiques, there are curious things in place.
When you tell them, oh, by the way, the table you've been making drinks on, that's an embalming table. They get a big kick out of that.
The embalming table never moved out from the 1920s. For a few years, the house was a funeral home. The Stone Lion Inn has plenty of stories to tell.
I don't provide any televisions. It's, you know, they're coming here to enjoy the character of the house. And most of them find it intriguing, and to look around at all the little things and stuff that we've decorated with.
Opened in 1986, the Stone Lion Inn is one of the most successful and long-standing bed and breakfasts in Oklahoma. What makes it so popular is what happens here in the dining area. A murder mystery is solved over a 7-course dinner over about 4 hours.
People are intrigued by murder mysteries and what happened and why did they get killed and what's the backstory. The backstory is really big. And so we provide the backstory before they get here, and then they find out who's going to get killed. By the way, it's one of them. We kill one of their guests. We call them back in the kitchen just before showtime, and we'll say, by the way, you're going to die. And we tell them what signal we'll give them and then what they're supposed to do, and they always do it.
The Stone Lion Inn has been nationally recognized as Best Date Night Activity. Becky writes all of the murder mysteries, which draws visitors from just about everywhere. Every guest arrives with a role to play.
And I learned right away that nobody wanted to play a nice person. Everybody wants to be bad and have a bad past, a jaded past. All the characters have to be really interesting and kind of evil. The house adds to the murder mystery too. It has that, it is dark and kind of spooky, and it adds to that whole ambiance that they're looking for when they come here to do a murder mystery. I want them to come in and see what it was like to live back 100 years ago and enjoy that and also be entertained and take away. I want them to leave laughing and having a good time and think, oh, that was a riot. That was so much fun.
You can find a complete list of bed and breakfasts across our great state, and it's easy to do. Just log on to travelok.com, start searching.
And if you're looking for a great family night, well, you're in luck.
We've got the inside scoop on one of the hottest spots in Tulsa. We're bound for the Brook, up next on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
This is a head-to-head challenge. We want to find out which vehicle you prefer.
Florence. Okay, this is awesome. Woo! Wow, a lot more pickup than the Honda. The Fusion does not feel like a 4-cylinder. Is that because of the EcoBoost? So with the Fusion, it just has a younger vibe to me. The winner is Ford Fusion, hands down.
Now get a Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months or $2,500 cash back or lease for $199 a month. See your Oklahoma Ford dealer today, the best in Oklahoma.
I think we all know that when it comes to good eats, there's no shortage of great spots right here in Oklahoma.
Not at all. So many of them. And there are a lot of them out there that have really interesting backstories as well. Our Jeff Roberts takes us to one such place in Tulsa.
Tulsa's Brookside District secret is out. The Brook Restaurant and Bar rocks.
We're on the Strip, and we have a lot of people that just like to come in and try it. We've been around for a long time, so people just know who we are, and we have the Brookside feel.
It's really family oriented, so that's great. It's an old movie theater, so it's got a lot of history behind it. It's been here for a really long time. They've got great food, they've got great prices, great happy hour. It's just a really all-around great place to be.
But with amazing menu items like hamburgers, mac and cheese, chicken fried steak, and cheesy cheddar fries, where do you begin?
The cheesy fries, they're to die for, So we'll split a big plate of those, and everybody enjoys that.
Okay, so cheesy cheddar fries sound like a must, but what's on them?
It's like a huge order loaded with cheddar cheese, bacon, chives, jalapenos, and I mean, those plates get heavy. That's how many cheese fries are on them.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're awesome.
No, that sounds awesome-tastic. And speaking of awesome-tastic, tell me about the chicken fried steak.
It's a huge portion of the chicken fried steak, and it comes with a dinner salad and a side, but it's a lot of food. It's impressive to see somebody put the whole thing down.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it one of those that when it comes out, everybody's like, oh my gosh?
Yes.
Really?
Even lots of people pull out their phones and take pictures of them, and yeah.
Even repeat customers, though, really, they're like, I can't believe you serve this.
Yeah.
They're like, this is just huge.
Note to self, come uber hungry next time. Now, the Brook is locally owned. Are the owners hands-on?
Oh yeah, Michael, the owner, he's great. I mean, he comes in, he still helps bus tables, he runs drinks. I mean, he does the whole shebang. He's a helper when he's here.
That's rocking the ownership. Way to go, Michael. How about next weekend you come see for yourself why families have been spending quality time together with great food for years at the Brook Restaurant and Bar. In Tulsa's Brookside district, I'm Jeff Roberts.
You can find out about all the favorite places to eat in the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. It's easy to get one sent straight to your mailbox at no charge. Just go to travelok.com and click on where it says Request Free Brochures.
A big thanks to the folks here at Martin Park in Oklahoma City for hosting us this week, and we do want to remind you they have a whole summer full of all kinds of activities, hikes and story times, and they have a wonderful nature center, so be sure and come pay them a visit.
Get outside and enjoy. All right, coming up next week on Discover Oklahoma. We're going sky high. Don't miss Jeff Roberts' big trip and a hot air balloon, and find out how you can make your reservation to fly. It's all next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma. So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.